So here we are in Miami at TradeTech FX USA, and we had a panel this morning about last look and whether it's a good thing for the buy side or not. Now, Andy Maack from Vanguard said he is against it. What was your key takeaway, David?
I think that's right. I mean, we need advocates like Andy saying it's better to trade, especially in volatile times, over fixes without last look. He's the leader in the industry. He's the most vocal advocate of trading without last look. But there's a long tail of asset managers. You know, I'm here with a group that are my indirect customers. Ultimately, they hit me via bank algo desks. So, yeah, I think you said to me leaving the panel, a couple of guys were saying, I don't even know what last look is. That education process is ongoing. My job is simply to convert more and more customers to trading on streamed limit order liquidity.
Do you think you managed this morning?
I think we made a step forward, but I mean, we've made a step forward throughout last year. My biggest growth area was from bank algo desks. It now represents 20% of my flow. Ultimately, that's end users like Vanguard hitting streamed firm limit order liquidity just over fixes. So we need the rest of the room to do the same, because otherwise the argument goes, last look is a tighter price. We have to convince them that not always is it tighter, mostly we can compete, but the cost of trading is much more than just the spread. And Andy was talking about markouts, the cost of $1,000 per million at times if he misses a price over a fix. So we've got to get that message out there. I'm very happy to educate more. We know this won't happen overnight. And I think the takeaway, you asked the last question, was that liquidity providers will always prefer to make a last look price. Why wouldn't you? The customer's writing them options. But it will be driven by client demand. And that client segment is moving a little bit slower than, say, the HFT or the bank segment.
So still some way to go, but a bit of progress has been made.
For sure. I mean, as I say, we're happy with our growth. We wouldn't be here unless we'd convinced some people. 10 years ago, everyone said I was crazy, and it was here to stay. We've had our best year ever. Probably the most profitable FX venue business on the street. So volumes increase every year, 20%. But yeah, there's a lot more to win. And most of the guys in the room here in Miami need to know more about LMAX. They need to know more about what constitutes a last look price and what constitutes true firm liquidity, and convince them when they need to trade, they trade without last look.